Hey, what up y'all? Mr. Cruz here, your friendly neighborhood producer, back with another video. And in today's video, we're taking a look at Audiomodern's Experiverb. Let's go. So Experiverb is a plugin from our friends over at Audiomodern, and I feel like I can call them friends because they be hooking us up for real. I mean, between like this, Reverb, Panflow, like they give you like free plugins that you'll actually use. And Panflow, like so far out of all of their plugins, Panflow is like one of my favorites and one of the ones that I use all the time, and it's free. But this time they're hooking us up with a plugin called Experiverb, and this is a reverb plugin, and it's very simple. It has this pretty cool interface, and our instructions up here give us an insight into like what you do or how you use it. So if you left click it and drag it up or down, it's going to change the shape, but essentially changing the shape means that you're changing the depth. So if we were to liken it to like the typical verbiage that we see in other reverb plugins, this is the size or the decay, probably the size and the decay at the same time that you get. If you right click it and drag up or down, that's going to change the shape. So it would be the difference between changing the room. And some reverb plugins you see like, oh, this is the cathedral preset, this is the club preset, this is the small room or large room preset. So right clicking and then dragging up or down, you have a couple of different options as far as like shapes go that you can kind of change. And this all looks like really trippy. So shout out to like the designers, because they make this stuff look very visually appealing. You know, down here you have a little dry wet fader that you kind of can't see, but you see the numbers changing. And here you have this freeze button. So what the freeze button does is no matter where you are as far as like while it's processing the audio signal, if you click freeze, it's literally just going to hold it and sustain it for as long as this freeze button is enabled, and then you just turn it off. The other thing that you also get is you also get the presets to be able to save your own presets. It doesn't come with presets, but with how few parameters you're given here, I would have a hard time being able to find something that I would like versus cycling through, I don't know, if it gave us like 200 presets or something. But let's go ahead and take this for a spin. Right now, I'm going to be throwing it on this synth bass track right here on this like little West Coast style beat. So let's take a listen. That's the sound that we're going to be throwing it on. So let's go ahead and turn this on and then see what we can kind of come up with. Let's start with the bottommost shape, so shape 1. Ooh, that one sounds mad trippy. Right there, I think it sounds perfect. That one there sounds a little too washed out for me. So this one kind of has a small room kind of sound to it. All right, I'm liking what I'm hearing. Let's give our final thoughts in a second, but I want to show you guys how this freeze knob works. I'm gonna go ahead and mute this so we're only hearing that synth bass. And as it's playing, I'm gonna click the freeze button, and then you'll hear how it just literally sustains it, and it just keeps it going. All right, let's turn it all the way up. Right, so even though it's stopped, right, the entire track is stopped, that is being sustained. So now when I unclick it, it's just gonna stop. It'll fade out like it naturally does. But look, we didn't even get to all of the shapes, right? We were at 5, so that would have been 6, 7, and 8. But out of all of them, I think this one was my favorite here. I like that the depth of it seemed a lot more subtle than some of the other ones that we had come across. For example, this one I was not feeling at all. This one kind of had like a more small room kind of sound, so you get a lot more of those like reflections and reverberations. But overall, this is something super simple, and in my opinion, as a producer, like that's what I want. I want simplicity. I want something to get me from point A to point B very quickly or with as less of a headache as possible. That's why I kind of like this, and I would probably liken it to something much similar like Magic Dice, if you've used the Magic Dice plugin from Baby Audio. So these two kind of function very similar. The only difference is that Magic Dice doesn't really give you the option to be able to pick what your sound or your shape or your depth is going to look like. Experiverb is pretty much Magic Dice with more features. Is it a ditch? Is it a download? I'm going to say it's definitely going to be a download. Much like Baby Audio's Magic Dice, I feel like it does the exact same thing, except it gives you more features to be able to change and manipulate the sound or the reverb however it is that you want it to be. Well, that's what I got for you guys. Do me a favor, hit that like button for me. Also, drop a comment below if you have used Experiverb before, or if you have used any of the other Audiomodern plugins that they have for free. I mean, like, they got a lot. And like I said, my recommendation would be Panflow, with Experiverb being a very close second in terms of like the best free plugins that they have to offer. So if you guys are interested in checking out some other free plugins, click right here. Outside of that, it's your boy, Mr. Cruz, out.